Hey, Hogs! Is this crazy? Let's go. Razorbacks climbed the power rankings after defeating Louisville and Fresno State. Arkansas is climbing nationally again, showing consistent growth and reliable play on both ends. Arkansas is beginning to show clear signs that the maturation process envisioned by John Calipari is moving from the realm of ideas to taking shape on the court. The consecutive victories over Louisville and Fresno State not only strengthened the internal environment, but also earned the Razorbacks a visible rise in ESPN's power rankings, a barometer that usually captures deeper trends than just isolated results. This isn't a spectacular leap, but a consistent movement, sustained by collective evolution, better game reading, and greater balance between offense and defense. This growth is being built in layers. Arkansas still bears the marks of an uneven start to the season, something perfectly natural in a roster that mixes important veterans with young players who are beginning to understand the weight and demands of high-level college basketball. What's striking now is the clarity with which the team is beginning to see itself within Calipari's system. The rotation is starting to gain stability, the point guards are taking better control of the pace, and the defense, which at times fluctuated, is showing firmer signs of organization and commitment. The victory over Louisville played a central role in this process. It wasn't an overly brilliant performance, but it was exactly the kind of performance that builds confidence in December. Arkansas controlled most of the game, forced uncomfortable shots, limited transitions, and removed from their opponent what normally sustains high-level teams, rhythm and second chances. There was discipline, there was game reading, and above all, there was maturity in not turning moments of tension into rash decisions. Trevon Brazile returned to being the emotional and technical anchor of the team. A veteran on a transforming roster, he symbolizes the bridge between the recent past and the new cycle under Calipari. Around him, the freshmen are beginning to occupy more defined spaces. Darius Acuff Jr. injects speed and aggression into the playmaking, while Malik Thomas offers physical strength and the ability to build his own shot. Together, still in the adjustment phase, they already give Arkansas a perimeter presence that changes the offensive dynamic and opens paths to a more fluid game. Against Fresno State, the challenge was different, less about constant pressure and more about emotional control. Arkansas responded with a patient offense, efficient off-ball movement, extra passes, and more conscious shot selection. It was a victory built without haste, without rushing, but with intelligence. This type of game, often less highlighted in the spotlight, reveals more about a team's maturity than high-impact emotional confrontations. The ESPN ranking, led by Michigan, followed by Houston and North Carolina, shows that there is still a well-defined elite group in the national scene. Arkansas, for now, does not occupy that space, but the recent rise brings them closer to a zone where consistency begins to weigh more than promise. In a season that looks open just behind the favorites, gaining traction now could make a difference later on. There's something familiar about this script. Calipari has already built several teams that grew stronger throughout the season, stronger in March than in December. The logic has never been one of haste, but of building. What we see in Fayetteville at this moment are the first clear reflections of this method. Small adjustments, evolution in the details, reduction of repeated errors, and a team that is beginning to better understand how to win games of different styles. The rise in the rankings is for now discreet, but the internal impact is much greater. Arkansas is beginning to see, more clearly, the team it can become. It's not yet a declared title contender, but it's no longer just a project in the testing phase. Between better executed blocks, faster defensive rotations, and firmer decisions with the ball in hand, the Razorbacks are beginning to write a more solid narrative for this season. There's no excessive euphoria, and perhaps that's the best sign of all. Arkansas is advancing one step at a time, with victories that don't scream to the eye, but that structure the team from the inside. And under John Calipari's leadership, these steps often lead to places where the national discussion ceases to be about hope and becomes a consequence. Leave your opinion.